Hello everyone, thank you for coming to what I hope to be the first of a very long series of YouTube tutorials on Photoshop CC 2019. My name is Oliver Powell. So if you're like me, you're more of a hobbyist or a semi-professional or an aspiring professional, and you've purchased Photoshop for the first time or very rusty with the tools, then this channel is for you. So let's get started with a simple video and a quick overview of the tools. And today we're going to be looking at some of the pictures I took. I took all of these here on your screen. Now I use Photoshop because I shoot with a Canon 77D and I shoot in a RAW format. So if you go to the actual file where these are located, you'll see that they are in a CR2 extension, and obviously you try and open that up, Windows, and it doesn't work. But if we open it up and I want to demonstrate this one, this is my daughter Brianna, image 188.cr2, 193, 187, I missed it. Oh, right here, 188. So open with Photoshop. Anyhow, let's get started with an overview. And I'll go over what I did earlier. I made what's called the contact sheet, and it's very easy to make. I'll go over that a little later, but right now we'll do, let's begin. So this is what I like to call the preview window. You see a little thumbnail over here where my mouse is of the image you've opened up, and a general overview of the tools you might use. You could do some cropping here, some straightening. You can transform it, so you can turn it to the left, turn it to the right, red eye removal. All these I think are more so for if you're doing something for like a Snapchat or for social media purposes. I like to do all my color correcting actually through the tools itself, which is what I'm going to show you. And also, I mean, you can do a little cropping here, which is fine. Like there's a lot of extra noise or extra empty space, I should say, on the left and on the right. So we can just tighten it up a little. Maybe I don't really like cutting off her hand, but if we tighten up to her face and her shoulders, it might be a little bit better. And I always go to open image. You don't want to save there. So that looks okay. Now the one tool I wanted to show you, which I did earlier, because I've already posted this to Facebook as a completed project, but I wanted to show you, the audience, step by step. Her hair is over highlighted. There's a lot of detail lost in her hair, but we'll get to that a little later. So the next step I usually do when color correcting an image like this is the adjustments window here. I think, yeah, adjustments. So if this is not, it's hiding on you, then you can go up to here, window, and adjustments, and you can drag it to where that blue line is, and it's right there. So we'll start off with brightness and contrast, but you can do these sliders, maybe bring it down just a little, and be careful. And I also like to see, where is it? My history. Because history, there we go, under window. You can, if you don't like, see, you can go between here and here. And yeah, the next window I like to use is the levels. You can just fine tune everything. See if we make this a little bit. There we go. Do these sliders. Go too far one way, too far the other way. And find a happy medium. You can even do just the reds. Let's just put that back to 0. Oh, can't. This is. Well, let's see if I screw up. It's no big deal. You can go to delete that in the history, and you are back to where you started. See? And next, I like to do curves. And curves is just another tool that will affect the overall contrast and brightness of. Just try and get some of those shadows a little darker. Perfect. At least it's all personal preference. And I wanted to use the burn tool here, which is located right there. In my setup, is in the column on the left. And as you notice, this little triangle here, there's multiple uses. Like this, the burn tool, and you right click, it brings up your other options, your dodge tool and your sponge tool. Now, I only really use these two, dodge and burn. Dodge is when you want to take an area that's really dark and make it brighter. Also, if you want to find out what something does, you just hold the mouse over and it kind of shows you a little bit of what it does. But I'm more interested in the burn tool because her hair is really it's a little bit too bright. You're losing some of the detail in her hair. So make sure your background is selected so that you see that the curves and the color balance and all the other stuff has been used. So we're going to carefully go over and darken her hair. I like to follow the path that the hair is. The reason why you might want to use the burn tool as opposed to just readjusting curves is because I got her face and her clothes the way I like it. And if I was to darken the image overall using curves or contrast or levels, then the whole image would be affected. This way, using your burn tool, you're just affecting where you want. And you have to be very careful not to overdo it. Now you're kind of giving her more of a shadow on her face. So if you screw up, you can go to your history tool or history panel and just delete where you effed up. So we reviewed the curves, color balance, and levels, brightness and contrast, and all the other adjustments in the adjustments window here. And if you want to change your brush size, like if you only want to do a little bit, then it's F5 and you'll see pixel size smaller or larger, and you can change the amount. So if you want really dark, but that looks stupid, well, that's what the history tool's for. See? Or if you just want to give it a little touch, wrong one, hardness. There you go. Anyhow, the other tool I wanted to use is a good example of this is the cloning stamp. But first we need to go close to where I want to go. And as you can see, she had a little dental work done, but we're not taking care of that. I mean, it will be taken care of. It's a baby tooth, but I'm talking about the picture wise. It's part of who Brianna is. You know, I could Photoshop it out, but that's not what we're doing. Her messy face, maybe it's the dad in me. I don't know, but I want my baby to have a nice clean face if I'm putting it on Facebook or other social media. So what I do is we use the cloning stamp tool over here. And use Alt, find where you want. There we go. So I like to pay attention to the shadows because the skin over here is a lot brighter and wider than the skin over here. This is in dark shadow. So just maybe a little bit above. And you just kind of paint your way down. And you have to be very careful when photoshopping something out, because you get these, so you can kind of see it when you zoomed in really close, is these smudges of pixels, because you're basically just cloning. So I'll get another sample from a little bit further up. So good Photoshop and bad Photoshop, this is where it's done. A little bit more maybe from over here. You kind of overlap. It's kind of like cutting grass. You wanna overlap your area. You cut a grass. You do a straight line, and then you go maybe half over where you just cut, and then half over. See, I got some red over there. That doesn't look right. I think I'll get my brush a little smaller, because we don't want, maybe a little smaller. I think I mentioned earlier, I wish I had a double monitor setup. I have 2 monitors, but my computer desk is overcrowded right now, so I don't have it at this moment. I'll have to fix that. And then a little bit more mess up there and over here. So we're going to get a new sample. So we're hitting the Alt key and finding over here some of these spots. Perfect. And over here, right next to it, that should be fine. The last little bit, this is going to be tricky because we want to keep this. This is like where her smile is, her dimples or wrinkles or whatever. It's part of her smile. We don't want to get rid of that. Just this mess. So, just a little bit over there. And like I said earlier, Photoshop, less is more. You don't want to overdo it, and you don't want to underdo it at the same time. And I come from a journalistic background. I come from, like I said earlier, I went to Loyalist College, and I took their photojournalism program. And from a journalistic point of view, this is a no-no. Getting rid of imperfections on a photo. It's perfectly fine from a journalistic point of view to color correct an image, dodging and burning and levels and curves and so on and so forth. But to get rid of a smudge or get rid of dirt or to alter the photo in any other real way besides color correction, that's ethically, morally wrong. However, this isn't for a journalistic publication. This is just for Facebook or social media, or if I became a wedding photographer and the bride wanted wider teeth or something to that effect, then it's something different. You're not, it's not going to take away journalistic integrity. But we'll discuss philosophy at another time. So now that I've cleaned up her face, let's zoom back out, fit the screen. There you go. It looks a little bit better. A lot better, actually. You can see where some of the smudges were, but it's cleaned up. I could probably do a little bit. Zoom in a little bit more. But see, it's better. There's still a lot more work to do. I don't want to make it an hour-long tutorial. So, but now, other reasons I mean, other things you could probably do, like I could Photoshop out this watermark on her face if we want to, doing the same thing. So clone stamp again. Let's see here. We got this hard outline and the color is different. So let's take a sample just over there and just over here. See? You could also do Control Z. Gets rid of the last thing you did. I think that's alright. And cats keep on playing with my headphone cord. Don't want that. A little bit on that side, a little bit on that side. Attack it from the bottom. Kind of like sweeping away. A little bit over there. So you're getting some of this pixel repeating itself. Stop it. But if you zoom out, back to fit on screen, see? It's gone. So, I mean, it's a little bit of a smudge there where it was. And I could spend a little bit more time fine-tuning everything, but again, we don't want an hour-long video. I think that's looking pretty good. So you can go back to the beginning of the video and see where we were, and you can see what we've done. So we've cropped it, we've color corrected it, I've shown you the burn tool, and we've done a little bit of the clone stamp tool to get rid of some undesirable aspects of the photo. And now I think we'll call that a day. Now the one thing I wanted to show you is the contact sheet. How do you make it? Because like I showed you earlier, all these, there's no preview. I can't tell what these are. So let's see if I can find the folder. Good, this one's better. This one doesn't have any contact sheets in it. So this is 0520. Okay, so we'll quickly show you how to make a contact sheet of your own. And then you go File and, well, I've already worked on this, so I don't need to save. We'll just say no. So, File, Automate, Contact Sheet 2, and choose 520. Okay. And you hit OK, and then it does its thing. It'll do it all automatically. That's the only real way, like with to find preview of raw images. Add more information. So there we go. So yeah, this was again me. I tried to take some photos for a business card or a website or something, just a profile picture, a selfie. And this is my lake. I live in the middle of nowhere in Owen Sound. So this video was kind of short. I'm going to show you one more thing. Maybe I'll save that for another time. Yeah, that'll be the next video. Is we'll take an image, and this one is 98, and we can make it into a really nice black and white, which is what I did for my business card. Or we'll take maybe 106, either or. But that's enough for today. Nice quick little demonstration. Then if you want to actually save this, save as, and contact sheet, you can save it as and all these different things. Now for me, we're using JPEGs, and we're in 520. Open contact sheet 1, save. Now the contact sheets, they'll have, this is high quality 8. If you're doing something maybe web or I don't know what, you can do small file, but it's only 138K or 139.3 kilobytes. That's fairly small. If you went up to maximum, it'd be 1.1 megabytes, which doesn't seem like a lot, but the contact sheet, it would be huge. It'd be, something that is too big. High is okay. And there you go. So now, that's how you would convert these CR2 files, the raw images, to JPEGs, which can be used on websites like Shutterstock.com or Facebook or anywhere else that doesn't support a raw file. So, thank you for watching. Links to everything down below. Like, I'm trying to be a professional photographer, so I found Shutterstock.com, and they are really good for posting your editorial work and anything for advertisement purposes, stock photos, hence the name Shutterstock, and you're able to hopefully make some money. So the link to that is down below. Just take a look at my stuff. If you like it, thumbs up. Don't like it, whatever. Hopefully this is the beginning of a web series tutorials. I can show you how to make black and white photos and business cards and play with different layers, multiple layers of for compiling images together. Photoshop is a very powerful tool. I don't know everything, but I'm learning, and I'm here to help spread my knowledge and share with you what I know. And yeah, so I'm rambling. I'm tired. I have to get up in the morning and go to work. So I will call this a night, and have yourself a nice evening. Thank you for watching. Bye.